Welcome to chapter 14. This chapter is all about geometry. And if you remember, geo means earth, and metry or meter means measure. So it's how to measure the earth, and that means how to measure the shapes in the earth. So geometry is all about shapes, measuring shapes. Okay, I want to introduce some of the vocabulary to you because this lesson has a lot of vocabulary in it. A lot. So the first thing is a point. Point. Okay, a point is just a dot. It's just a moment in space and time, and we just need to be able to discuss it. So it's just a specific place or specific point, and we represent that with a dot. And we always name our points so that we can talk about it. So, for example, they've named this point B, okay? Because there might be another dot, and it would be hard to be like, which dot? Oh, it's that dot. Which dot? That dot. Huh? Right? So we use letters to name it. So point B and maybe A. And maybe we have another point C and another point D. We can have many, many points. Okay, so that is a point. Point. Okay, we'll leave that over here. And then what else can we make using a point? Well, there's three things we normally talk about. One is array. Okay, so array is kind of, we get this word from array like the sun's rays. So imagine here's the sun, and we start out at a point, and we extend out, and the light goes towards Earth, or towards the other stars or planets forever, right? So that is what array is. It has a specific beginning, which is a point, and we name that point, so maybe M, and then it goes on forever. Goes on forever. And to show that it goes on forever, we use an arrow. You can see it there. And there's always another point probably on it, like N. MN. And so we would call this ray MN. Because if you don't give it a name, which ray are we talking about? Oh, it's that ray. Which ray? Oh, that ray. And it doesn't really make sense, so we need to name it. But if you don't want to write ray MN, we have another symbol. Because I've told you all year long that mathematicians are a bit lazy, so they make shortcuts for everything. So if you just write the letter M and N and then draw a ray at the top, that means the same thing. Okay, so if you are a bit lazy feeling and you don't want to write array MN, you could get away with writing MN and then drawing a ray. So remember, when you think of ray, you can think of the sun's rays. It starts at the sun and goes all the way to Earth, right? Goes on forever. Okay, now that we've learned ray, there's another one, something we can make, and that is a line. And a line is special because it's like a ray, and it's built using points, and it does go on forever. So we draw a line by drawing a line segment and another line segment, showing that it goes between 2 points. But we extend it out from the point and draw the arrow so that we can say that it goes on forever. Just like the horizon would just go on. It's so far you can't see. Or you could imagine, if you looked at our tiles on our classroom floor, like this, you could imagine that this line would just extend out forever, out of the wall, out of the school, and just keep going and going. It could go on forever. So to draw a line, we need to have 2 line segments, 2 points, and show that there's a line coming out and going on forever. So you draw a line with arrows and make sure you put those 2 points. Everyone always forgets these 2 points, but you need it because we always name our points. So here they've named it G and H. So G and H. So I would call this line GH, or here's the shortcut way to do it. Put the G, put the H, and then draw a line on top. But you have to have the 2 arrows so we know if it's a line segment or not. So that's a line. So line, ray, point so far. And we're going to build one more. And that is a line segment. Now, a line segment is different from a ray and a line because it doesn't go on forever. It's just distinct. It's short. It has a point at the end and a point at the beginning, and that's it. It's just a short line segment. Okay, so if we call this G, we'll call it A. This is a line segment. And B, it's line segment AB. And we show this by just doing AB and drawing just a simple line segment over top of it. Okay? If we did it like this, AB, that would make it a line. And if we did it like this, AB, that would make it a ray. Okay, see the difference? We're going to review this in class so that I know that you know. Okay, so remember, a line segment is just short. Like, for example, this cube, from here to here, that's a line segment, right? It has a beginning, it has an end, and we're not going to, if it was a line, we'd imagine it going on forever. But just between here and here, that's a line segment. Okay, so let's get to the book lesson. Lesson 1, draw points, lines, and rays. So here we go. We're going to draw points, lines, and rays. A point is an exact location that is represented by a dot. A line is a straight set of points that extends in opposite directions without ending. So, Molly drew the figure shown. Identify the figure she drew. Okay, well, the figure extends in opposite directions. The arrows indicate that it extends without ending. It's a line. The line is labeled with point X and Y. There are different ways to represent this line, such as line XY or XY with a line over top. And if you can see there, it has the little arrows on the end so that we know that it's different. So we're going to do X, Y with the line symbol over top, or we can write line X, Y. Okay, so here's our vocab. Words, these purple boxes are super important. So a line is a straight set of points that extends in opposite directions without ending. A ray is a part of a line that has one endpoint and extends in one direction without ending, just like the sun. And a line segment is part of a line between 2 points, okay? So it has a definite beginning and a definite end. All right, let's see. Draw a figure that could be represented by CD. Ooh, okay. Let's look close. CD. So it's like this. CD. And it doesn't have any arrows at the end. So I know this is going to be a line segment with points C and D. So that's C, and this is D. Identify the figure at the right, AB. The figure has one endpoint and extends in one direction without ending. So this is a ray. It's a ray. The endpoint is A. The ray extends in the direction of point B. So the figure is, it's still AB, but this time we're drawing a ray because it has a beginning, but it goes without ending. So we draw the triangle. All right, for our drawing today, let's draw a nice sun since we've been talking about suns. And I don't know why, but we always seem to draw suns with sunglasses and a big smile on his face. And these are his sun's rays going on in every direction forever, right? pretty cool cat there. Yeah. Okay, I look forward to drawing lines, line segments, and rays with you in class.